Hello there, and welcome to this week's edition of Best of the Best Businesses in Central Massachusetts. I'm your host, Siobhan Weber with Castanetti Realty Group. Joining me today are some of the family owners of Smile For, F-O-U-R, Balloons. Here with me today are
Violetta, Addison, and Allison.
Great, guys. Tell me a little bit about your business just to get started.
So we are a completely family-owned business. It is me, my sister, my younger sister who's 9, and my younger brother who is 11, and my mom. And we do balloons. We do everything from very large balloons to smaller candy cup balloons that you can use as a little gift. This one's a lion.
The Lion King, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, do we have licensing rights to the Lion King? Is it just a lion, right? Lowercase L, I got it. Strike that from the record. Okay. All right, so we're gonna dive in and talk more about your business today. We're gonna see, I think, a live demonstration, right, of how the sausage balloons get made, right? And I'm excited, so let's dive in. All right, guys. So once again, we are talking in this week's Best of the Best Businesses of Central Mass episode about Smiles For Balloons. That's Smiles with an S, F-O-U-R, Balloons. And once again, we have Violetta.
Addison. And Allison.
Perfect. Now, guys, why don't you tell me how your business got started?
So I've been twisting since I was 6. And I started because we were doing Friday family nights, and my mom went to clowning school. So she would teach everybody how to do balloons.
So one of the things that I was fortunate enough to experience was the clowns at Children's Hospital. The clowns would always pop in and make the kids laugh and smile, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so contagious. I was always smiling, and I really wanted to be a clown. And I did get an opportunity to go to clowning school, and I fell in love with balloons. And I thought that would be a great way for the children to bond together on Friday nights. And I was completely mesmerized by the great creations that the details in the creations. I was having more fun than they were having watching what they were creating. And now they teach me.
Yeah,
Amazing.
So throughout the years, I started twisting for people at school. And people started coming to us asking why we weren't a business. So we started our business back at the end of 2019. And we've been in business for almost 6 years now with all of us.
Amazing. So were all of you interested to begin with, or was it, so it sounds like you kind of started off, took the cue from mom and her clowning around and took it to the next level. At what point did the siblings all kind of become involved?
So it was kind of like as people aged, like she started around 5, so that's just a year after.
Prodigy.
A year after I started, and then my other siblings started to play with balloons. So over time, everybody was like adapting to it. Everybody was playing. Everybody was having fun.
Amazing. All right, great. So we're not going to pull them from their perches, but do you want to tell people a little about the creations that you brought here today?
Sure. So this is one of our Halloween ones, and this is a spider. You can use it as a little centerpiece. And we have one of our larger ones right here, which is an octopus. We have a very large one that it's called a medley, and people will use it because it's a very easy thing to move around. Unlike an arch, they can move by themselves, and they can, I think recently we've had one where like they'll move it from the side of the football field to a picture area.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have these little guys, which are candy cups, and people will use them as little thank yous or celebrations for like a birthday. And they have customizable labels and candy for the little kids.
All right,
or anybody.
perfect. So if I wanted to order a whole bunch of those and I gave you some branded stickers, you could make that magic happen. All right.
We can also make our own stickers.
Well, even better. One less thing I have to do. All right. Now, what if I'm allergic to latex?
So we do have an option for that, and it is all foil balloons.
Okay.
So for schools, they started to ban latex, so we had to adapt.
Yeah.
We have options like it is a long pole, and it's just rows of foil balloons,
Mhm.
along with different little creations that we can make. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, that sounds good. Now, speaking of placing orders, if I wanted to place an order, how might I do that?
So if you go to our website on smilesFOURballoons.com, we have different options. You can see almost everything we've made, and you can just scroll through, or there's different areas where there's like a holidays or celebrations, birthdays, arches, everything like that.
Okay.
And you will order from there.
All right, perfect. That sounds good. Now, for you, what's been the most interesting part of being part of this business?
I think the most interesting part is probably just like the creations that people want. There's really creative people out there that we've made balloons for, and like I love the end results all the time. Like they're just really nice.
Amazing. So someone can kind of get in touch with you and say, you know, I saw your work on the website. I'm not quite sure what to order. This is what I had in mind, and then you'll work with them to produce something.
Over time, that is how we've grown our business. That's how
Okay.
we've grown our website. It's just special requests, Stitch, Ninja Turtles, Paw Patrol, and you'll see many of those up.
Perfect. Yeah, and we're going to post in this video series a picture of some of the most commonly, requested items or things that are readily available, so to speak. But it's nice to know, you can get everything from the small to the extra large. I saw you guys setting up for a lounge launch with your arches. Those were incredible. They photographed beautifully, by the way.
Thank you.
Now talk to me about your pricing, because I am befuddled at how reasonable your pricing is, especially for, let's take maybe the candy cups, for example. If I wanted to, thank you, Vanna. If I wanted to purchase some of those, about what cost would I be looking at?
So we've been pricing per how many balloons it takes to make a creation. So the lion, for example, would be around $15 to $20 per cup.
Mm-hmm.
And we do provide the candy inside the cups, or you can take the candy out and replace it with a
That's okay, yep.
You can replace it with whatever you want in the cup. But what's great about the candy cups is we do have $10 options, and what you can do is you tell us the theme that you're having for the party, you set up your whole room, and at that point it's a decoration for the room.
Oh, okay.
And then all the children go and swap out their candy, and their name is on the candy cup, so you can't mistake it.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards they take them home, so they clean up your party room.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
And that is, for a parent, that is so exciting.
Yeah.
Our octopus here would go for about $25.
Okay.
And the medleys, you pick the colors to go with the theme of your party room, and those are $85.
Okay.
So
There's
we try
quite
to
a
make
color
it.
mix in there, yeah.
We try to make it as reasonable as possible for a family to be able to provide just a lot of fun things for their kids and to see them shine.
Do you have a favorite creation?
I'm gonna have to say the octopus is one of my favorite. Just the spiral little things. It's just, for me, it's exciting to see everything that comes out of the balloon park, and that's what we call our workshop.
Oh, I love it.
So I love hanging out with these guys because it's just mesmerizing. We go from dolls to arches to columns, so there's a little something for every kid in the family to do.
Beautiful. Do you have a favorite?
One of my favorites is the doll that she was just talking about.
Okay.
Because what we can do is we can customize it. We can do either a Disney princess, a princess that the girls like, or somebody, or like a little boy. We've done a graduation one, or we've done a few graduation ones, and we can make it look like the person. So we can do the hair color,
Wow.
the different skins,
Yeah.
eyes, body. We can adjust it to school colors for graduations or like celebrations that they have.
Oh, I wish I had known about you guys before. Choking, sorry. And you?
My favorite is probably the fishing pole. I just like making it, and I think it's really fun.
Oh, I don't
I
know
can
if
make
I've
an
seen that
example of it,
one.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well, what about, so that's all very exciting stuff. What about potential challenges? Have you had any challenges along the way?
One of our biggest ones is recently in Salem, I'm pretty sure. A lot of the areas that border the ocean have decided to cut out helium and latex balloons because of the pollution,
Mhm.
and it's starting to spread into the other or the surrounding towns.
Mhm.
So we're starting to see that effect too.
Yeah. So, what do you foresee, if anything, changing in your business as a result of some of that, whether it's allergy or environmentally related? What do you think the next 5 or 10 years of your business holds in the future?
Do you want?
Sure. I don't think the art's going to change. It's still very much an art and a creation, and it's still going to be part of the celebration. And we did have to adjust and buy foils for indoor.
Mhm.
We also have a policy for the schools where we can put latex outdoors. I don't see the art aspect of the balloons going away because there are still people celebrating, and we want the kids to be able to enjoy some of it. Maybe just not releasing balloons.
Mhm.
The more you see up in the air with helium, the more likely they're going to start cutting down a little bit on what we can create with.
Mhm.
But even the companies are reinventing what kind of balloons that they're actually providing us. I mean, we're doing clear plastic balloons,
Wow.
non-latex, and we're
Interesting.
filling them with little designs inside.
Very cool.
So they're trying to work with the companies. And also in Europe, there are huge exhibits, and we just recently got to see some of that in New York,
Cool.
where they're room-size creations, gorillas, octopus. Several artists will come together and they'll do the tentacles. They will do the
There was a giant
ocean,
giraffe.
a shark.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Very
pretty
cool.
exciting because even in Europe, there are a huge groups of artists working together. So I don't think the art aspect of it will go away.
Yeah, maybe just an evolution of the medium,
Yeah.
but that's okay because that probably will bring its own opportunities to evolve the art too, right?
Yeah.
So it's just change. We'll make the best of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're in business. You've been in business since 2019.
Yep.
Mom, you're retired already, or what? Off of all the balloon income? Is that what's happening?
I wish, but no, Mom does have a full-time job.
Okay.
Dad does have a full-time job, and we are supporting their vision and their creativity and entrepreneurship because we believe that what they're doing is, and we do a regular check-in, we believe that they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for us as parents to support them because they're always smiling, they're always giggling. They get to go to birthday parties and create for the kids.
Yeah.
Which is one of their favorite things to do. Well, we just recently went to a public event and we crafted for kids. We started doing that a lot for tips early on, and now people are hiring them for birthday parties. So we're getting to see all the little children get so excited, and it makes them excited. And I think one of the best things that we've done recently is shelters. We've gone into shelters for children who have the same day-to-day routines, and now they're getting to see the balloons, and we're teaching them as well. So there's a lot of fun, and that's really what we want to continue doing. Fun and just color everywhere.
Amazing. Yeah, they certainly bring a lot of joy. I mean, I hope some of that translates to camera, but you really do have to see in person for the vibrancy. I've been fortunate enough to see many of your creations at various events. The octopus is, I think, possibly my favorite so far. I haven't seen everything on the list. The fishing pole intrigues me, I'm not gonna lie. But I do, I'm a big fan. So, and I have kids, right? So it's amazing to have them having fun, and then having fun while learning such critical life skills. I'm self-employed. Andrea's a small business owner. That's the life, right? Day to day is building your business. And we actually met because of our community connections and our desire to give back. So that's something we all really connect on, as well. But I imagine building a business, running a business, preparing for your check-ins with mom and dad as your shareholders, right? There's a lot of educational opportunity as well, I would think, in financial literacy components that I would think would be beneficial for you guys. So that was a lot of long words just to say, how do you guys like the behind the scenes stuff of, are you feeling good about making money? Are you feel like you're learning how to maybe invest money or do different things with it? What does that look like on the other end of the business, now that people have asked for you to create a business for them. I mean, that's the best route to success, right? So tell me a little bit about that. You go to shopping every other weekend, or what are we doing?
Allie?
Well, with the money we do, we split it up, and it depends on who worked on that job. But if whoever didn't work, they get 5%. There's 20% to the business, and then the extra between the people who did work
Mm-hmm.
for that job. And then the 5% goes to like the other kid's bank, so they have it for later. And then we take our own percentage, and we split it up 50, 40, 10. 50 for spending, 40 for our bank, and then 10% for donations. And we use that money to get stuff for kids. Last time we did, we bought a whole bunch of coloring books, crayons, and stuff like that for kids in the Dominican. And it was just so they could have that to color. Yeah.
We also brought balloons and pumps down there,
Oh, wow.
and my mom taught them how to make a few things and showed them.
Wow.
Also, we did for some pet shelters, we will go and we'll get some toys, food, treats.
Well, you're bringing joy to more people, then they want to, work with you guys to bring joy to even more people. So
Yeah.
that's a wonderful thing, right? And I think your business is very aptly named when we're talking about smiling, for those balloons. But help me out again, because I just want to make sure, and it's going to be on the bottom of the screen as well, but give me that URL for your website one more time. Spell it out for me.
It is SmilesFOURballoons, and smiles with an S, FOUR, balloons.com.
Beautiful. And we'll have that on the screen as well. What's the best way to reach out on the website or send a message? Like if someone wants to do a custom order, how do you prefer to be contacted?
So there are buttons on our website that says you can directly link out to us and we'll call you back within 24 hours. Majority of what you see here is already in our store, and you just get to pick an octopus and then you get to pick the colors. We ask for 2 colors usually to match your theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll add corresponding colors. We're fortunate enough to have somebody that knows the color wheel really well, and just matching up with the other 2 or 3 colors that need to go with it just pops the creation, and it's very beautiful.
Wow.
Once again, a majority of what you see on the website is custom orders. People have asked us, can you make a stitch for us? No problem, we do that. Can you make an Elsa doll? Obviously, it looks like an Elsa doll.
Sure. Yeah.
So
These are still balloons at the end of the day, right? They're not, fine artist portraits, but that's, the joy of them is in the springiness and the bounciness and the vibrancy, right? So they're a little whimsical, right? They're light after, a lot of the work we do, lugging heavy things for community service. It's so nice that they're light. Right. And they last a while too, right?
Yes. Things, stuff like the medleys will last, if you keep it out of direct sunlight and like harsh weather conditions, it could last you like 3 weeks maybe.
Wow.
We've had things, there was one that we did from one of my father's coworkers, and it was just a small happy birthday. It was just like this base, but it had like a giant unicorn on it, and that unicorn is probably still living to this day, and it's probably been like 2-3 years.
Wow, that's amazing. You can only estimate it will live for so long, but there's really, it could just keep going as long as it lasts, right? That's pretty incredible.
It will just slowly deflate.
So usually we'll do birthday parties outside, and we always tell the kids the grass will pop your balloon. It's blades of grass.
Yeah.
In the direct sunlight, we try to avoid using black because the black will expand in direct sunlight and it will pop.
Yeah.
So usually what happens is when you pick up your creation, we give you 48 hours, and that covers you through the party.
Mhm.
If for some reason the sibling decides to walk by and pop the octopus during the party, if you send us a picture, we come right to your house within a couple hours, or even that hour if you're nearby, and we put a whole new head on, or we'll bring a whole new creation so that your party can continue and that child has fun memories. We did have one young lady that put her creation in the car, and when she got home, it had a little deflation because it got nicked in the trunk. We came out, we replaced it right away, and it was the cutest thing because she was like, oh my gosh, it's back to the way I wanted it. And that was the biggest part for us, is we can continue for them to enjoy the balloon even after the party. If they're on candy cups and they're not constantly touched and felt and played with, they do last quite a few weeks.
Amazing. All right. I don't know if I would be able to avoid touching and playing with it, but it's good to know the guidelines.
These are a lot of
They're
fun,
a lot.
especially
Oh, stop it. Now, okay. You just unlocked a whole other 3 hours of fun, and I'm going to get nothing else done tonight. But these are really mood lifting, and you have a great business, a great family. You know, it's a shame, you know, your siblings couldn't be here tonight, but they are very much a part of the business behind the scenes. And this is just a great family all in all. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me here today. And I look forward to seeing what you develop in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great. So tell us what creation you're going to make.
So it's gonna be like a little monster that you can wear on your wrist.
A monster you can wear on your wrist. Great.
And I'm gonna be making a diamond sword. It's one of our most popular items to make during like birthday parties and all that other stuff we do. And it's really fun to twist.
All right, perfect. It sounds like, I think the sword would be very popular with my boys, I have to say. So, all right, let's see it.
So for mine, I'm gonna make a flower, and you just start with one loop and go from there.
So easy. I could just do this tomorrow, I bet. You make it look simple. I know it's not.
So we just start off with a flower, which this is one of the only ones I've made where I don't have a bunch of extra that I need to cut off.
That worked out.
Yeah. And then we have one of our long balloons. And I'm just gonna make the little antenna.
Alright, this is already adorable. It's not even done. Do you pre-make the eyeballs generally?
So these ones are printed on, but we've started to make our own, which are just a white balloon, and we will draw on them when we're at the table twisting.
Does the sound of twisting balloons just fill your house at all hours?
Yeah. But like when we're outside, it's kind of dimmed down a little, so
Makes sense.
it's a little nicer. So right here we have part of our little monster, and then
So
we
cute.
just put it on this hair tie. And a lot of little kids like this because you can just wear it on the wrist. You can move it around; it won't do anything. And like but like the sword, for instance, kids will like move it around, and if they hit it against the ground, it could pop. This is one of the things that we would make for a younger child, so they can carry it down. It won't fall out of their hands because it's attached to them.
Smart.
So, and they
I
like
love
these
it.
little things.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not gonna lie. It's amazing. All right, show us what you've got going on.
I just pre-made the sword bottom because that one takes a little while and I messed it up pretty. And
But it looks amazing. Through the magic of television, we would never know.
this is a filber and it's a really nice pump. We have a couple of them.
Oh, nice.
It's a very long pump. It's made for blowing up one of our long balloons entirely and more.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm just gonna be making the top.
Wow.
Close it right up.
Probably saved some time having that.
Yes. The other one you have to do a whole bunch of pumps just to even get it halfway.
And they're easy to carry around. They're very light.
Yes.
We have to make our own colors too.
Oh, that's very cool. I saw it had a strap, so I thought.
Oh yeah. So my mom, it's like a guitar strap.
I love it though. It's perfect.
It's little monsters. It blends right
It
in.
looks perfect, right? Even it's all very matching. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, the twist is that's what you were talking about. The twist that is fun.
It's fun to do. Wow. If you've been just waiting.
Right, and they're always impatient, or at least this happens.
Yeah.
Like,
This one's pretty quick, except for when this comes apart.
got it.
But but it just looks like that, and the kids love just hitting their friends and siblings with it, and it won't hurt them.
Yeah, that's the dream. I mean, this is the most family-friendly business I've ever encountered, I have to say. All right, awesome. Hold them up for me one more time. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you.